Welcome to Modern Musings, conversations with the maiden, mother, and crone, where we look at ourselves and the world through the lens of the 21st century. Hi, and welcome back to Modern Musings. I'm your hostess, Cindy Murray, and I am here today with Amber and Kristen.
Hello.
Hello.
So we're here talking, here we are in summer, and summer is a great time for road trips. We're like halfway through the summer already, but I still want to talk about road trips because I want to take one, right? And I love road trips. There's something fun about getting together with friends or family and going somewhere new where you've never been, loading up the car with snacks and drinks and, mapping out a course and just kind of, I'm the kind of person who likes to lazy travel when I do road trips, like, oh, there's something on the side of the road. Let's stop and look and see what it is, We've talked about that before, about how many times we had driven down to Houston and my husband wouldn't let us stop to go see the Sam Houston statue because he'd already been there before. And so we finally got to stop and look, my husband was never really into those roadside attractions or any of that kind of stuff. But I really do. I like going and doing those kind of things. And I don't know. I just like visiting things like, or maybe like there's a little junk store on the side of the road and they have intriguing stuff outside. I like to stop and look at that, or maybe a historical marker or something like that. And I like taking trips to places where there's lots of things to do at that place. But for me, part of it is the getting there. Like when we went to Marfa, a big part of that trip was all the traveling we did between the places, not just the places we went to, but driving all the way to West Texas and all the little restaurants that we stopped and ate at and things like that. And so I wanted to spend today talking about some of our dream trips that we've taken. Obviously, we have a dream trip that we already took, which I thought was a really cool one, or it was a dream trip of mine anyway. But maybe talk about some of the other trips that we've talked about before. One of mine is Route 66, and that is like the iconic road trip route.
Yeah, that's on my list also.
And I want to go both directions. I want to go west and I want to go.
You've only been on parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I want to travel Route 66 and stop. I've got a little map that has some of the interesting little side sites that you can see on Route 66, but I think that would be so much fun to just travel along and drive until we don't want to drive anymore and get a hotel room, and maybe not even plan the drive or plan the hotel room, just go and do. Just very free-spirited type road trip. And I think that one would be a lot of fun. And like I said, part of the big thing to me is having a great playlist in the car and having great snacks and just driving down the road and singing and talking and enjoying the time together with friends or family or whatever. Sometimes we'll play road trip bingo or something, or something like that. Those are always fun things to do too. What about you guys? Do you have anything like that you would like to do? I have several others, but I'd like to hear what you would like to do.
Well, my number one right now, other than Route 66, of course, that's cool. My number one road trip that I really want to do is the Florida Keys.
That's actually on mine also, to drive the entire Florida Keys.
Drive the Florida Keys and stop in every single one and check things out.
That's definitely one of mine as well.
Yeah.
I want to drive the the highway that's on the California coastline.
The Pacific Coast Trail.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would.
Yeah.
that's on my list.
That's my
too,
other one. Yeah,
the
yeah.
Pacific Coast Highway.
I hear that it is a beautiful scenic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
and like just beautiful scenery. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to do one of mine sort of kind of bucket listy because I originally wanted to do like a road trip of the Southwest
Uh-huh.
and go through New Mexico, Arizona, loop around Nevada, Utah, and Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And so I got to do that road trip. Now, the route that I took through New Mexico and Arizona wasn't the original route I had planned. Because I took the straight line. It was kind of boring. I was disappointed in that part of it. Yeah, because like in the part of Arizona that I drove through wasn't like
the flat part.
it
not
wasn't
like
the Grand Canyon or anything like that.
Yeah,
and
oh my
I
gosh,
didn't see the
they're-
petrified forest.
See, that is
whatever.
awesome. Like I've been through that, and it's really awesome. And then like the little is that in Arizona with the left hand mitten and the right hand mitten arches?
Arches National Park
That's
is in Utah.
Utah.
Okay, yeah, I've
Yeah.
been through
It's one
arches.
of the and that's actually one of mine.
And
The
Southern
5
Utah, yeah.
national
The
parks
route
in
that we
Utah.
took in Utah, because there was some weather that we were trying to avoid in
Mhm.
Colorado, because there was like some kind of like storm. We had this weird like storm going on, and there was like snow, and so we
Mhm.
were trying to avoid driving through the mountain pass through the snow. So we took a different route through Utah, and so I was like, it wasn't as impressive as so I want
Right.
to take that again. I want to go
Right.
on another road trip and see
and see
the
yeah,
Southwest again.
going
Yeah.
up that way. When I moved to Utah like 10 years ago, I guess now, that was like one of the best road trips.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
up through Colorado, moving to Utah.
I mean, it was really pretty. I think
Uh-huh.
that leg of the trip from Nevada to Colorado was my favorite of all.
Right.
Because it was really pretty. Especially when we got into Colorado, because it was just
Oh,
all
yeah.
in the mountains. It
Windy
was
roads,
really
and
beautiful.
wooded and beautiful.
Yes, and there was all these like little towns, like just like in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where you were
Yeah,
driving
you know what I'm
through
talking
because
about,
I
yeah.
stopped in every single one of those little towns.
Did you
yeah.
pass through like that tunnel right before you get to
Yes,
Denver? That was really cool.
That was like a
Yeah.
crazy tunnel. Like I enjoyed it so much. I need to
Yeah.
go back up in there.
I loved those little towns or villages or
Mhm.
whatever in
They're so
Colorado.
cute.
Mhm.
They're
They
so
really were.
cute.
That was my favorite part of the road trip. But yeah, I like you, I like the living in the car kind of aspect. We had a cooler and we went and bought like sandwich stuff
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
so we wouldn't have to eat out on the road. We got breakfast, like drive-through breakfast, so we'd
Right.
get moving. But then we would stop and like make sandwiches
sandwich, yeah.
in the back seat of the
We used to do
rental
that when
car.
I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that.
Yeah.
I
And then-
really enjoyed
yeah.
that.
And then you
Just-
stop, find a hotel, and you
Mhm.
get
And
dinner there.
We
or whatever.
found these like kind of talk shows that we like to listen to on YouTube, and
Uh-huh.
we streamed those the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
That was really fun. I liked that about the road trip too. Like, it doesn't have to be like music. I've been
Oh, yeah.
enjoying like the talk radio
Well,
or like the book
Remember
audio book.
Remember the time we drove to Lubbock and we watched General Hospital in the car
Yeah,
on the way?
the whole way.
Because
Yeah.
you don't have to watch it. You know, you've watched
Yeah.
it so long. You know the people's voices, the action. There's not a lot of action, so you don't have to watch it. You could just listen to the dialogue and yeah.
Very nice.
I like that. Yeah, driving through, going to all the 5 national parks in Utah is definitely on my list, as is the Grand Canyon. And y'all both named each of you named one of my other ones. Now we were talking about driving to Memphis this year,
Mhm.
and we just kind of failed to get that planned. I think between all of the the moving and the divorcing and the marrying and
So much going on.
so
this
much
year.
going on.
And
It
the
just
selling of my
and grad
grandma's
school
house and
your-
grad school.
Yeah,
and
there was just
summer
too much going on.
school
But
and-
that one is still on my thing because I'd like to go to Graceland just because I loved Elvis and in fact I was on a road trip when Elvis died. So I was on a road trip in Durango, Colorado. So when that happened, so I'm like, okay.
Another place I want to go back to, Durango.
Durango, yeah,
love
yeah.
I know.
I
I, want
love
to ride
that
that
area.
little train. That's
Yes,
silver.
that was fun. Yeah,
well,
there's two of it. There's the Silverton train, and then there's another one that goes from Chama, New Mexico. If it's still there, I think it is. In fact, I was pregnant with you the last time I rode it. Goes from Chama, New Mexico to Antonito, Colorado, and then back, I think, or something like that. And it's one of those things where they take you up and you have lunch and you ride the train back, but it's all scenic and beautiful and everything. I love those. But, the road trip getting there, that's part of it too. So, another one that I've been thinking about a lot and that might be a doable one for a weekend, and maybe we need to talk about it, is Carlsbad Caverns.
yes.
It's
I'm down.
it's in New
we
Mexico.
did a cavern last summer.
And we could just drive over there, spend a day or two there, and drive back. And that one's an easy one. And I know a lot of people who have not been. In fact, my son has not been, but I don't know if he would.
I have not been since I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't think
Little.
Kristen has been since she was a kid either.
Right. I think I was like
and I
8.
don't, and
Yeah.
I don't know about Ashley. I don't know if she's ever been or not. So, that would be a lot of fun.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I'd like to take my son there too. So I don't know. Maybe not a girls' trip. Maybe a family trip or something. I don't know. But White Sands, New Mexico is fabulous too. If you're gonna, you could just take a trip to New Mexico. But here where we are, it's really easy to take like a quick road trip. Maybe just to a state park or
Dinosaur
to
Valley.
East Texas, or to Turner Falls in Oklahoma, or
Shreveport.
go to go to Shreveport and gamble, or go to like some of the Indian nations, in Oklahoma, and check some of that out.
Ooh, Windstar.
Yeah, there's that too. It's not a very much
Channel-
road trip.
Channeling
part of it.
my mom and grandma
Yeah,
right there.
but those are kind of fun too. Do y'all have any other like driving road trips that you've? I mean, my parents used to take road trips every year without the kids. By the way.
Road trips that I've been on or road trips that I
Yeah.
want to go.
Either one.
I mean, like you, it's not always the destination
It's
that I
the-
care about. It's just the driving and
Well,
being in the car,
yeah.
and I don't know, like it's fun just talking.
Yeah,
And
it is. And I've thought about going down to San Antonio again or something, or
No,
going to
that'd be
Austin.
a good
or,
weekend trip. Just San Antonio
yeah,
would be a good
it's
one.
only a few hours. Going to like Arkansas, back to Crater of Diamonds, or one of the other places that you can pan for or dig for crystals or whatever, minerals and things. But I mean, there's a lot of going down to Galveston. It's not that far either.
No, it's really not like I had to go to Beaumont at the beginning of the summer,
Yeah.
which is like practically Louisiana,
Yeah.
like on the border of Louisiana and
Yep.
Texas in the Gulf. And so I treat that like a road trip.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like to do all the. I really do like to, and really honestly, I would love to go back to West Texas again because I did not get to spend enough time at Big Bend, and there's so many other
I
places
want
there.
to go to Balmoral too.
Yes.
Yeah, we
yes.
didn't get
Swimming
to
hole.
go
To the
and
swimming
stay
hole.
there at all.
Yeah. There's
let's-
so much stuff down there. So much.
When Joy got married to Ashley in Iowa, I I took that road trip and I drove all the way up there. And I drove through a bunch of small towns. I drove along the Mississippi River. And we talked about this in our literary destinations, actually, because I found Mark Twain's Casino.
Right.
And, you know, if I hadn't have, like, done all that extra road trippy type stuff, I never would have discovered that or run across that.
Right.
And then I ended up in the land of Lincoln, just randomly driving around through Illinois.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, there's a big Abraham Lincoln. Kristen would love this.
Yeah, there's so many things. And, you know, I'd like to go to Nashville. There's so many places I want to go. That's the thing. You know, I would be perfectly happy to go anywhere, honestly. You
just
can't,
get out of town.
Yeah, get
and
out of
drive.
town. Well, and no part of the country is ugly to me. I can't think of even things that people think are ugly are not ugly to me. You know, even the barren wastelands are beautiful in their own way. And I, you know, miles and miles of cornfields or wheat fields or whatever are still beautiful in their own way. So I just love the idea of driving down the road and looking at those things, and like I said, the camaraderie and the joy of traveling, being in a caravan, you know, or whatever. And I think there must be some gypsy blood in me or something, because I'm a wanderer at heart, and my heart wants to. I want to have a home base to come to and to return to and sleep in my own bed and have all my clothes and all my things. But the other part of me is just like, let me go, let me ride, let me go somewhere, you know. But my sad thing is I don't like to travel alone. I'm not a lone wanderer. I like to caravan, you know. I like to be with that group of people moving along and doing that. So, and like you were talking about the Florida Keys, that one's been a long list for me to go drive the Florida Keys, because I just think that would be so much fun.
Yeah, that's like my top. And then, of course, the national parks in Utah. You mentioned that one. That's definitely. And then Kristen, the one she mentioned, that's probably like my third. And I was just kind of looking up different other American road trips, like the New England fall foliage tour.
Oh yes, I want to do that.
Like that would be like Vermont,
New
Hampshire, Maine.
Because when you go driving around in the fall, it's pretty.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, I want to go up in there and do that, especially around Halloween.
I like those kind of cross country road trips. Like, I do appreciate the short ones. Like, let's drive this quick drive and go do a bunch of fun little things in San Antonio because it's close. That one is kind of a road trip to go do things.
Right.
But I like the long trips
where you're just driving
and you just like sleep in a hotel and go to the next place. And,
right. Like we did
when
we went
on the way.
When we went to West Texas.
Yeah, because we migrated hotels each day.
Yeah, we went to we stayed in Marfa, and we did some things in Marfa. And then we went to Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine.
And we were there for a couple of days.
And then we went to Davis, Fort Davis.
I think it was the name of the town. Yes, Fort Davis.
We stayed at the. What was that place
called?
Holland.
We stayed in Alpine. We stayed in that haunted hotel. We stayed in the
I think it was the Holland Hotel.
Yeah, we stayed in the teepee.
Yes.
And then we stayed in the
Sky, what is that place called?
That was the Big Bend.
Oh, the Big Bend.
Like, I want to go back there.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. That was beautiful. That was wonderful. I can't remember what that place was called. I get emails from them all the time, too, where they had the sky domes. Yeah. And the geodesic domes, glamping tent, things. That was really cool. Yeah. I loved that.
The teepee was fun too.
The teepee was fun in a unique way. Yeah.
The teepee was fun. Like, it was an experience. But
every time I go to the desert, it rains.
That dome was just like
The
it.
dome
like
was
I
it,
could have
yeah.
stayed there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so cool.
We
was
didn't
super
have to
cool.
drive anywhere else. Like we could have just stayed there
Yeah.
Mhm.
and like hung out outside and watched the sunrise,
Right.
watched the sunset, hiked around Big Bend. Like that could have just been a
Yeah.
trip
Mhm.
Yeah.
in its own.
I want to do so if I took a long road trip, I want to go from Texas through Louisiana, Alabama, all the way to Florida
Uh-huh.
and like South Carolina kind of,
Okay.
and then come back
A
up
different route.
the higher up more
Uh-huh.
northern states like through Tennessee and Arkansas and back.
Okay.
You wouldn't do a statewide.
Yeah, I like
Whole
that. Like a
Southwest
whole
trip.
loop.
Loop
It's
the
kind of like my
Southwest.
Southwest trip.
Or
You
do
know.
the southeast, not southwest.
Yeah,
sorry.
do the southeast.
Yeah.
Another one that would be cool would be around the Great Lakes, like even up through Canada
Oh,
and come
yeah,
back around.
yeah. That would be fun.
I'm gonna say like I go up and I visit my brother and sister-in-law a lot in Kentucky, and especially if I go by myself, I like to treat it, and I'm usually not in a rush on the way home anyway. I like to treat it like a road trip. Like I remember one time I went, and like one of my favorite bookstores is called Books A Million, and there are a lot up in that area. There's only like a couple left in Texas.
Uh-huh.
But there are a lot in Oklahoma and Missouri and everything like that. And I looked on the map of all of the Books of Millions in that area, and I think I tried to hit as many as I could on the way home to buy books for my classroom because they have a good clearance section.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried to hit as many as I could from Kentucky all the way back down to Texas on the way home one time.
That's funny.
There was a book road trip.
That's fun. Yeah.
And then Jason and I, we drove home because they live near Nashville. So we drove home through Nashville and we did like some Nashville stuff that we ate at like this all mac and cheese restaurant.
Oh.
And we visited the Parthenon in Nashville,
Uh-huh.
which was the filming location, one of the Percy Jackson filming locations.
Oh, okay.
So we got to check that out, and we got to check out Taylor Swift's bench in Nashville, which was right across the street from the Parthenon. So, and we got to like hit up some cool Nashville-y destinations, like the best donuts in Nashville and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in Nashville. I mean, obviously the Grand Ole Opry would be one of them, but also like some of the little bars there that are known for artists that play there. Because there's so many. That would be cool. Maybe visit a recording studio or two. I don't know. That's the audio engineer nerd in me, But yeah, I think Nashville would be a fun one too. I also was thinking about Arkansas. Arkansas is close, so with us being here in the Dallas area, Arkansas is pretty close, and going to Hot Springs would be really
that'd be
fun
fun.
because just go hang out in the hot springs. And the nice thing about driving to Arkansas is it's a pretty drive anyway. Especially once you get up into the mountains and stuff, because it's the hills and the mountains, because it's just so scenic there. And I remember that from our trip to Crater of Diamonds and Queen Wilhelmina Park, how beautiful that was. So what are y'all's favorite snacks to have in the car for a road trip? What are your must-haves?
Flamin' hot Cheeto limon.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
What?
And any other things that are must-haves? Like mine is having a good playlist for when you want to listen to music.
Or a good audiobook.
Well, audiobooks are harder for me to listen to with mixed people. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, man, I've got like
Yeah.
the audio book going every time I
Right.
go to Vernon.
Oh yeah. But for me, with like other people in the car, I love having a good playlist that has songs that everybody can sing to. And Kristen will attest to this. We used to drive to Lubbock all the time. We didn't have iPods in the car or anything like that, but there was a radio station, The Bear, in Abilene that played classic rock. And I swear every time we drove through there, every single time we drove through there, we got Bohemian Rhapsody, and the other one that we got was Four Non-Blondes.
What's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single time we
Every
traveled.
Every time
in the
I
car.
hit like the classic rock radio, the Bears, especially Bohemian Rhapsody,
Yes,
is always playing.
it's always on
Yeah.
there. And so, but you know, it's one of those things that even if you're like, oh my God, there's that song, which, you know, we don't really do that, but you know, it's a great song. But even though you hear it every time, you're like, I can't help but sing, you know,
Yeah.
I can't
Or
help but sing
that
to it.
song especially.
Oh yeah.
Every
And
time.
every time. And you know, that classic scene from Wayne's World, it is literally everyone in the car
Yeah.
is doing that, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the playlist is a must.
Well, I enjoyed the one that you made when we went to Marfa, the summer themed
Oh
playlist.
yeah.
So you make a pretty mean playlist.
I love putting together playlists. That's one of my favorite things. It really is. It's like, you know, like maybe I should have been a DJ or something. I don't know. Or maybe I was in a past life.
It's a never too late, like your
Yeah.
second wind, moonlighting as a DJ. I'm
Right.
telling you, all that
I don't
audio equipment.
I don't want to work that hard. They work hard. They work hard. They are the MCs of the whole party. Yep. No. I already do that on my crops and stuff. So, and I play a playlist. I do a lot of times. What else? What else is on your must-haves?
Coffee.
Oh gosh, yes.
So
Always have to take
I've
coffee.
been in the past couple of years, I've always been taking protein shakes
Oh yeah.
because a lot of times you find
That
yourself
too.
like skipping breakfast or
Mhm.
Protein shakes and a
Um,
protein bar
yeah.
Yeah, I usually have some
in my purse.
in my
always.
purse or whatever.
So,
Yeah.
and then I like to bring the drinks because buying the drinks on the road is really expensive.
It
Especially
is.
bottled
It really
water.
Yes, the bottle.
Yeah, I like just having that
highway
cooler in the back seat where,
Yes.
and one
Yeah.
of the people has to be able to reach it. And
Yes.
just hand me a Coke, hand me a bottle of water, whatever. Yeah.
I like planning and putting that together. I
Uh-huh.
like being in charge of making sure there's snacks and
Yeah.
stuff. Like
I do love snacks.
I like planning it out and like
And the packing
would do like my-
aspect.
yeah, I do like packing for
Yeah.
a road trip.
What has
But-
to go in the car with you
Uh-huh.
and what has to go in the back?
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like the hotel bag that's gonna keep me entertained.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I'm like have to have in accessible reach is chapstick
Oh, yes.
on a road trip
Oh.
because with the air conditioner blowing and stuff.
And you're sitting and talking and you lick your
Yeah.
lips and,
then
you're
and
eating
then the air
salty
conditioner's
snacks.
just like blowing on you.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time I'm on a road trip, it's like summertime or something. And then the other thing that I'm learning now when I go on road trips is to wear something with long sleeves because I keep getting sunburned
Oh, yeah.
in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, if you're sitting in the front seat, if the air conditioner is going, you can get a little cold
Sometimes, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
I always have a sweater or a jacket
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
So, but I do enjoy that. I like having the AC on like full blast and just bring my chapstick and drink lots of water. Stay hydrated
Uh-huh.
and
I like to bring a pillow
mm-hmm.
if I'm not driving. Oh,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
If I'm driving, then no pillow. But if I'm driving, then I like to have a pillow because
mm-hmm.
I do like to sleep, and I also like to have a book.
Mm-hmm.
I used to crochet in the car when we were on long
did, yeah.
trips, and although my eyes have gotten where I can't really do that so much I have bifocals, but I don't know. It's harder for me to do that a little bit now. I also like to have my camera, because I like to. I have my phone, and it's good for a quick pic, in the moving car or whatever. But if we get out to look at anything, I like to grab my SLR and take some really high quality photos from it. And so that's one of the things I like to do. And if there's any water anywhere in our trip, like a lake or a pool or a lazy river or what have you, I like to have my waterproof Olympus camera that I take with me, so that I can get in the water with the camera and take action shots in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then for snacks, I like to always have like something salty and something sweet, and I kind of mix and match both at the same time. So, like flavored pretzels or something really salty and crunchy like that. Popcorn works really well. Chips are okay, but I tend to blow through the chips really fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I used to eat shelled sunflower seeds, but I can blow through those really fast too. So I tend not to do those. And then like sweet, I like peanut M&Ms, or I like the hand to mouth thing, because it comes back from the days when I used to smoke, and in the car when we were traveling, I would smoke in the car. And so I really like, just having that hand to mouth thing, because it keeps me occupied, and especially since I can't crochet anymore. So, what about you, Amber?
My must car road trippy things. Well, must have my water for sure, and must have my coffee.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't really snack a lot when I'm
What do you
driving.
do? Do you just you snoozed a lot, didn't you, when we drove? Did you
Yeah.
sleep? You slept a lot when we drove to Marfa, didn't you?
Yeah, if I'm driving, I don't know, like if I have a snack, it's going to be a protein bar or something like that. Or
Yeah, you're not much of a little snacker.
Yeah, I'm
like
not
we are.
a snacker. I think like the last road trip I went on, I brought some popcorn from Trader Joe's.
Now, there are a lot of people who take things like grapes and they
Mhm.
snack on grapes or cherries or sunflower seeds or something, something. Again, that hand to mouth thing, but it's a healthier version of of the snack, instead of chips or crackers or whatever. So, or candy like I do.
But yeah, I like snack food, but I just don't snack a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't normally.
You were on your phone a lot. Phone charger is a big important thing.
Yeah.
If there's,
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's always in the car. But in the car, a blanket, because I get cold easily,
Right.
or a jacket, a pillow. If I'm a passenger.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm driving, I don't do a lot of snacking. I just drink my drink and listen to music or whatever. I don't really like to eat and drive all that much. I like to put my 100%. If I do get something to eat, it will be like really quick, like a cheese stick or something like that.
Okay. I do like Buc-ee's has those little cups that have the cheese and it's like salami or something.
Yeah, we go through
yeah.
Buc-ee's. I
And
definitely will get one of those.
Yeah, those are really good snacks too. And they got the little pretzels too. Yeah.
Speaking of road trips, every road trip starts with Buc-ee's. Like that is like when you're on a road trip and you run across
We've
a
got
Buc-ee's,
them pretty much
you
every
have to
direction now,
stop.
don't we? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if it's a Buc-ee's, you have to
you
stop
have
because
to stop.
and
Just to
people
go to
who-
even if you have to go to the bathroom because
well,
they have the best
they have the
bathrooms.
cleanest bathrooms. They have there's always open bathrooms. I've only once ever seen a line for the bathroom once, and that was probably after I think it was like a parents' weekend or a move-in weekend at College Station. So, yeah, and all the parents were coming back through. Yeah, and every Buc-ee's has different stuff. So, and and they've got them as far as like Alabama and stuff now. So, yeah, I saw somebody
a
with a
must.
T-shirt that said Buc-ee's Bama or something.
Another good that doesn't even hold a candle to Bucky's, but another good place to stop is they've been popping up around called Texas Best,
Uh-huh.
and they usually have like some kind of restaurant and it's like they have like a ton of beef jerky just like Bucky's does.
I love those places. I think like that have a little restaurant, like a diner, like a truck stop diner attached to them, where you can go in and get like a hamburger or a chicken fried steak or pancakes and eggs all day long or whatever. Those are great places to stop and eat on the road. I just love those. They're always good. Greasy diners. Yeah. Those are good. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and you can't not stop at Allsup's if you pass
Oh,
by an Allsup's
right.
and get a road burrito.
Yes. Yes.
And those burritos have been popping up like places since they sold out the company.
They
they've
what?
been-
Yeah, remember those Yes Ways?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
They've been
yes.
popping. There have been like
Yeah.
different, Yes Ways and different
Yeah,
places
Yes Ways
that
is
sell those
Allsup's, yeah.
burritos
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize they sold. I just thought
Well,
they
the owner of the company died, and so they
Oh.
like sold it. So
Oh, I did not know that. I
So,
saw the
like,
Yes Ways. I just thought
Allsup's
it was a
products show up at
conglomeration thing.
Yes Way and stuff like that now.
Okay.
And I think all the Allsups in Vernon turned into Yes Ways.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or there's also another one called Hop and Go that sells Allsups products as well.
Interesting. Yeah, most people don't even know what we're talking about, but anybody who is from West Texas or whatever, and you say Allsup's burrito, and they're, oh my gosh, they're so good. They're like these chimichanga beef and bean.
It's like the gas station burrito.
Yeah, and it's like deep fried
Like
chimichanga type. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know why they
gas
call it a
station.
burrito, but it is a burrito.
Yeah.
And
But it's deep fried.
but
so
it's
it's
deep
like
fried, so it's like
greasy and
well, actually,
crispy.
I never even heard the word chimichanga until we moved out here. Everything, and they were always burritos. They were fried burritos, was what they were.
Yeah, that's what.
And but they are so good, and they'll give you
gut rot.
yeah, they're
See,
yeah.
I made Jason
Bad gas
try
and
the
heartburn
chimichangas when we went to Lauren's wedding a while back in Bowie, and he was not impressed.
Yeah, people who didn't grow up with them don't care. Well, I don't know. There's been a couple of people who were like, "Oh my gosh, these are
I
good."
know.
But
Vernon had 5 Allsups growing
they're
up, and my
all
dad
over.
worked at one of them.
Well, they
so
didn't.
I got
I don't
free
think
burritos.
they have any in the city of Lubbock, or if they are, they're on the outskirts. But they had all of the little towns around there, and I grew up in all these little towns around there. So that's what I grew up eating.
The road trip from Vernon to Lubbock and all the little towns.
Oh yeah.
Allsups in on it, like at least the one stop sign on the corner in
Yeah.
the small towns had an Allsups.
Yeah, now whenever we go out to Bowie for the scrapbook retreat, I always stop at the
Yeah,
Allsup's on the
always
way
have
home
to
for
I
stop
the
at
buy
burritos.
several of them and bring them home so I can eat. I can heat them up in the air fryer the next day or whatever too. So yeah, they're
When
good.
I lived in Kroll, it was one of the only places to get food in town.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
yeah.
lunch break at school, run to Allsups and get a burrito.
When I lived in Shallowater, I mean, there was, which is a little town outside of Lubbock, for those of you who don't know. That there was an Allsup's and there was a Dairy Queen. That was it.
Yeah, another
Oh, and a
small
Circle
Texas
K.
town
There was a
thing.
Circle K. I'm sure they had probably pizza at the Circle K or something. I don't remember. Other than that, we
Allsup's
had to
and
go
Dairy
in.
Queen.
I mean, there might have been a restaurant in town, but we were poor. We weren't paying to sit down to eat. Yeah. So, what else? Let's see. Anything else that's a must-have in the car, must do while you're there or while you're driving? Do you pee on the side of the road or do you?
Oh man.
I think that's illegal now.
Well, it always was, but I will tell you that my dad, and this is the thing that always killed me, okay? If my dad needed to go to the bathroom, we would conveniently stop for gas.
Mm-hmm.
And he would go to the bathroom. But if anybody else in the car, including my mom, had to go to the bathroom, he would find a place to stop on the side of the road and you can go pee. No toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
You just go pee. No mind that there's cars driving past you and can see what you're doing. And you have to drip dry. Yeah. But we had to pee on the side of the road. I swore I did not want to ever do that ever again. And I've only done it, I think, maybe once as an adult. Remember when we went to the NASCAR race that first time, and we were on that bus for hours,
Desperate times.
and we were desperate, and we would pee on the side of the road in the
Had
dark
some
because we were
desperate
there was
times.
no bathrooms anywhere around, and we were about to die. So yeah, but I will not do that, and I don't agree with making your kids go pee on the side of the road.
Well, on
just
that
stop at a stupid bathroom.
long stretch from Wichita Falls to like the Fort Worth area,
Mm-hmm.
there's not many
Well, and that was
places to stop.
That's the way it was, like driving from Lubbock.
Oh yeah, from
Lubbock to
Vernon
Dallas.
yeah.
Lubbock to Dallas. There was
That one long road.
There-
There is not.
yeah, there
a
was
lot to
nothing
stop.
on the highway until you got to Sweetwater, really, because the Post, Snyder, all of those little places, they shut down at night. There was nothing open at nighttime when those back then. They are now, but they weren't back then, and there was nowhere. If you were driving at night, which my dad always did, I don't know why, but he always drove at night, and it was probably because he thought we would sleep in the car, maybe. But yeah, there was never anywhere to go pee. Like you, and even when I was an adult coming back, you stopped and went to the bathroom in Sweetwater because you had that long stretch of road. And we're talking, this is before 70 miles. There was no 70 miles an hour. This was 55. So it took you forever. And there was nowhere to go. So, yeah. But I still don't like to go on the side of the road. I won't.
that real Southwest road trip, I think the entirety of New Mexico there was nowhere to stop.
Oh,
On
yeah.
that road that I took, I saw like 10 houses.
Oh, yeah.
You don't
yeah.
want to stop
There
in
was-
New Mexico. It's creepy.
On that route, yeah, there wasn't much.
Well, there's a
to
lot of
see.
routes
There
like that
wasn't-
that
there
are
were
that
no
way.
houses
Yeah.
or anything. I was really
Well,
like surprised.
Like crossing the border from Texas into New Mexico, going to Roswell. There's like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
There's nothing between like Muleshoe and Roswell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really surprised. I guess from, me being in this huge metropolitan area and you drive out of, I live in the center of the metropolitan area. So it takes, a good while to drive to
Out
where
of
you
the-
get out of the
out of the country-
metropolitan
out into the
area.
country,
And
yeah.
then when you're in the country, it's like, here's a town every 20 miles or so. But then it kind of got a little thinner and a little thinner, and it was just like, man, I went 100 miles without seeing any civilization,
Right.
and I was really thrown back by that, just
Uh-huh.
because I'm so used to seeing, a corner store. At least,
Right.
and I thought my grandma living 20 minutes out of town was inconvenient, and I was just, as I was driving, I was like, man, you have like to go really long ways to find a grocery store or
Mhm,
something.
Well, and
where
that's why
those
people get in
live.
trouble driving across the desert too, because
Yeah.
they don't realize their cars might overheat. They
Yeah.
don't stop. There's
They're
nowhere
not
to
getting
stop.
gas when they should.
Yeah,
thinking
they
that
don't get. Yeah,
Yeah, I stopped every every time my car got down, I know this might sound a little excessive, but every time my car got down to like a third, not a third of gas left, but
Used a
I
third
used
of it,
up about a third of gas. I went ahead and stopped.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people fill up again every time they hit the half mark. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there are a lot
You
of people.
really
Right.
should do that because, you don't want to get
Well, and
caught
it
in the
kept
middle
me.
of nowhere.
It kept me from getting sleepy on the road too, because I
Right,
was only
'cause you had to
driving
get
like
out.
2 hours.
Right.
And then I would take a break.
And I think
So-
that's important too on road trips, not to try to drive too long. And if you start
Exactly.
feeling sleepy,
It's not a marathon. Yeah.
yeah,
or
get
race
out
or
and walk
whatever.
around. Get out and walk around and wake up. And I'll tell you that one of the quick little trips or quick tip for staying awake on the road that I learned from my dear friend Laura. And we were coming back from Galveston, and I was super tired driving back, and she showed me this little trick that she used to use to keep her awake whenever she had to drive long trips. And it was to stop and get we stopped at McDonald's and got a chocolate dip cone, right? So the dip on it holds and you're driving, so you're only driving with one hand, but you have to stay awake enough to pay attention to the ice cream to keep it from dripping. So you've got to actively be thinking about eating the ice cream before it melts. And it will actually wake you up because you're using the part of your brain to concentrate. And it worked. And after we did that, I was not sleepy the whole rest of the trip.
Plus, you got a little sugar rush.
Plus,
too.
I got a little sugar rush. Yeah. So, I mean, it really worked. It really did. But I think in part of it is
I
because
think that's why I like those flaming hot Cheetos too.
you have to
'cause
think about it. Or
I don't
whatever.
really have to think about eating those.
No,
But
but the ice cream you do. You
The
have to think
hot-
about it because it's
yeah.
well, the hot gives you
Endorphin
dopamine
or dopamine.
a dopamine rush.
Oh, okay.
I think
I was
it's
thinking
dopamine.
it was endorphins. Or
Oh, maybe it
whatever.
is endorphins. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an endorphin. Yeah, makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the ice cream you have to think about it because you're biting it and then it's melting. So you got to keep licking up all the stuff that's melting and
Mm-hmm.
eat it where it's fixing to fall over, and and it works. It worked really well. So that's my tip for road trips to stay awake. Stop, stopping also is good for you, and then eat some ice cream. All right. Well, that's really all I have for this episode. I think it was fun to talk about our things.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I want to go on another road trip.
I know we
Yeah.
need to soon. So if y'all have anything that y'all, if you listeners have anything you'd like to add to our must-haves, I'm kind of curious. Or if you have any great tips for any tips for road trips. Wow, that is a really hard word to say. Give us a shout over on our Facebook group, MMC Chat, which you can access off of our Modern Musings Facebook page. And you can get to all of that over on modernmusings.net, which is our blog. And you can also listen online there, and you can hear see our Heard It on the podcast posts where we put any links for anything that we've talked about. I doubt we'll have any links on there for this one, but we might. You never know. So check them all out. And next week, Amber, what are we talking about?
Next week, we are talking about Summerween.
Ew.
Starting the start of spooky season, celebrating Halloween in the summer.
Yes, it really is a thing, right?
It is a thing. It is starting to be a thing.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that one. I am. So, if you're out on road trips, be safe and tell us about your road trips too. So maybe there's a road trip we need to take and we don't know about it. So we'll be back next week with Summerween, not Halloween, Summerween. And bye.
Bye.